All right, we've just about got everything from this town. So if we look at our items, there's a lot of orange that's excellent quality. There's still a lot that needs to be upgraded, but we're running out of time and money. But a lot of our troops do have good equipment, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's keep moving. We need to get to one of these bigger towns, maybe. Yeah, see, we raided these two, so that's not an option. We can go all the way back here. We still have a couple weeks, and then he's gonna start coming after us. All right, we got everything from that town. Let's go to Bartenstein. There's probably, yeah, I was gonna say there's probably another town down here, so we can visit that. All right, they've got a foundry. Do we want to change the Shuvalov? We could switch it for another Broomer, but it seems like they're both doing really well. I haven't really paid that close attention to it, but it seems like they're doing pretty well. And then the Liechtenstein's usually my favorite, but it seems like they nerfed it a bit. I'd have to test it out, but 520, yeah, it's still got longer range and better accuracy. It just has less damage now, which I think is probably still pretty good. Let's get an accuracy and cover bonus for our Shuvalov here. It's the only one that doesn't have that treatise. So there we go, +8 accuracy. So we're well above 100. I think that's it for that. We have all of our Chevaux de Frise. If we can get the excellent quality ones, I think that's still worth buying. Then I think we have only one more regular, and it's this guy. Everybody else is good quality, or the blue. Yeah, either blue or orange or yellow, whatever. Yep, that looks good. Don't need it on these guys because they're not meant to be static. You know, I'm gonna try to utilize these grenades. I'm probably gonna forget. I'll probably forget to micromanage them, but let's get some on these. What do we want to give up though? Because I don't have money to upgrade this. Maybe we'll just... this guy has bad grenades. We'll swap that out. So maybe we'll just take one of these things out. Like, the casualty restored at this point isn't really going to help. That's fine. Yeah, these Prince George Grenadiers should not be stopping to do anything. They just need to charge 24/7 because their charge damage is just insane. These other guys, they could probably get some more utility out of some grenades. So yeah, I don't want them stopping. These guys, I don't mind if they stop. Especially this guy. He's got 1,600 troops in their count. Yeah, 1,600 troops for Grenadiers Wild. And then that means that we have a really, really large amount of grenades that we're going to be throwing. So that looks good there. Let's go ahead and raid this. That guy's probably going to back out. Yeah, he's scared to fight. We'll probably catch him down there. So we'll finish raiding. That will summon the headquarters. There we go. And then let's get down here in the bottom corner. See if we can raid these. Can we get it in time? Yeah, I think we can actually raid this in time. We have another Chevaux. No, we don't. All right, I think our items are set. There's not much else we can do here. We don't really have that much cash anyways. So yeah, let's just dump. So this is what we're going to end with, items-wise anyways. So let's go ahead and raid until this guy gets here. And then after we're done raiding, we could get a few more reservists. We'll do what we can muster for a little bit. Actually, if you raid, do you still get the +4? Oh, that's funny. We're getting more reserves. Muster, yeah, so even a village that's been burned to the ground. No, it doesn't actually. No, it goes down to... It goes down. That's fine though. Alright, yep, here we go. Here they come. Alright, there we go. We got one more upgraded rifle we can throw on. Okay, and I think that's about all we're going to be able to get. So let's get ready for battle. Here we go. They have more troops than we do. They don't seem to have a lot of cannon. It's a lot of infantry, and I'm looking at the hats. It's a lot of grenadiers. So we're going to have a fun time micromanaging this. They have one Feldjäger, or a Freikorps veteran Jäger, but everybody else is either a musketeer or grenadier. They only have 3 cannons, actually. So we need to have a very solid defense with lots and lots and lots of reserves. So hopefully we get a good map. So the only spot that I can see that looks remotely reasonable, well actually this wouldn't be that bad either. This little hill, we could set up some decent defense around here. But this right here is somewhat defensible and it's tightly packed, so I do like that. I'm leaning towards this because I do want to keep a tight defense with the amount of stuff that they're going to be throwing at us. I think if we go here, we're going to have to spread ourselves out maybe a bit too thin. We'll have to have like 2 or 3 layers of defenses to deal with all the stuff that's going to get thrown at us. So let's get our cannons over here. We'll push them back and spread them out a bit. But let's get these guys ready. And I might, instead of keeping my Feldjägers in the front, I might actually keep them on the flank. Because there's just so much to micromanage here, and I know I'm going to miss it. Let's get our baggage trains here. Okay, we've got a lot of work to do here before we're ready, so let's scoot everybody back, cannon-wise. Let's get these guys into like a rough position where I want them to be. Roughly. The Feldjäger, I think I'm going to put over here on the right side. And then again, get these guys roughly where I want them to be, just so I can kind of see what we're working with. Interior reserves, let's get them back. So we want to make sure our cannons are not in terrain that's going to give them terrain accuracy debuff. So let's make sure they all seem like they're okay. Yep, this looks good. All right, go ahead, unlimber. All right, for the right flank, let's get grenadiers on the front line. No, that's not right. Let's get these guys on the front line. The musketeers. Grenadiers will be reserve, because when they charge, then we can use them. But while they're shooting, the musketeers will do a better job. So that looks good. This front line looks solid, but it's stretched very, very thin, so we have to be careful here. This one right here, we've got veteran musketeers in the front. Württemberg on the flank. We got 2 rows of reserves here for them. And then we need grenadiers. We have grenadiers already there, so what I'm going to do actually is leave these guys in reserve, kind of like what I do with these. They'll be specifically to deal with charges, and I still kept the bayonets on them, so that's actually perfect. Right, Prince George, Georg, whatever. Center. Cuida Sur are going to stay in the center as well. Yeah, I actually feel really good about this defense. I'm not 100% sure what we'll do with the Feldjäger, but what I'm thinking is we could maybe put them over here in the marsh, so that anybody that tries to charge them, they're going to have to go through some nasty terrain. The only downside is if we do get charged, we have to get back to cover, and we may not do that in time. So that's kind of a bummer. I just feel like if I put them on the front line right here, they're going to be constantly getting pulled back and forth, and that's not... they won't be able to get too many shots off, I don't think. Okay, I don't like this. I actually don't like that at all. That's a bad idea. It's a good idea in theory, using the marsh, but in practice, I don't think it's reasonable. If I had a line back here that I could fall back behind, then I think it'd be all right, but I just don't think it's going to work the way I think it is. So we'll be safe. Let's actually put one of these veteran musketeers right here, because they should be able to get shots off through that gap, and then we'll leave these guys in as like a secondary reserve. Saxon Grenadiers. Let's get all our Grenadiers already set to melee. Alright, here we go. Cannons are firing. What are we shooting at? The Jaeger. We don't want to shoot at the Jaeger. So let's pick something else out. Let's try and take out these lifeguards, because they are incredibly tough. And they have a lot of them. Alright. Jaeger, our Feldjäger. Let's get them on this left flank then, because there's a lot of open terrain here we can get shots off. I don't mind doing it right here, because there's plenty of stuff that we can use to get protection from. Alright, so if we can cut down some of their... They don't have a lot of cav this time, actually. It's mostly infantry. Yeah, I kind of want to chop down these veteran hussars, because they're probably going to give us a lot of problems. But so are these lifeguards. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Target selection is not going to be easy in this one. But look at that. Cover is almost 80%. 84, 75. It's really good. But their cannons are hitting us hard. Okay, here we go. Feldjäger, let's get them out. Try and get them into a decent firing line. They actually have really, really good range, so that will give us some kind of bonus here. We can use them far back and then maybe suck them into this side flank. All right, they're probably just going to run straight at us, it looks like. So let's get these guys ready. Same thing here. And then we'll start to skew our Chris Grenadier to the left, because it looks like they're going to double up. Oh man, they're getting chewed up bad though by the cannons. Let's switch target here, because those guys are not going to be a valid target soon. They're just... Oh, they're not charging actually. Okay, here we go. Feldjäger's getting shots. That's perfect. These Grenadiers are probably going to come in. Yeah, what I might do is blade these guys off to the side a little bit to make sure that we can cover when we start exchanging with the grenadiers. They're actually not pushing in. These veteran musketeers are going to get chewed up though. They're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna last. Let me relocate these Palatine musketeers to reinforce. We can switch places with them. All right, here we go. They're pushing in. I don't know if they're gonna try to, I don't know if they're gonna rush or if they're going to exchange. It looks like they're just gonna rush. All right, here we go. These Hussars are gonna come in for a charge. Yep, there they go. Let's let them hit our Chevaux de Frise defense, and then we'll charge from behind with the Württemberg Grenadiers. Alright, go for it. Alright, looks like they're getting fended off pretty well. And then our, yep, they're gone. Let's make sure they don't rush out. Get back. I'm really worried about these Feldjägers. I feel like they're gonna get bum rushed. These guys need to back up. Back into cover, please. Okay, a lot of their units are getting shattered. I just saw 2 in their center. 3 in their center just got shattered. Perfect. These grenadiers are getting absolutely mauled by our Feldjäger. Alright, what about the right flank? We're shooting, but not actually taking too much fire. I might relocate... Oh, no, they're at the Palatine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, we're fine. I'm gonna hold. This is a really, really strong position, I feel like. Don't think we need to change much. Let's get our cannons to hit the guy out in the open. These guys don't have emplacements. So we can definitely target them. These guys are gonna rush, aren't they? We need to back. Maybe? Yeah, let's get our Feldjäger back. Yep, there goes the charge. Alright, so we're gonna hold position here. Actually, we need to countercharge with our Württemberg Grenadiers. Let's countercharge again. Right flank, that's fine. We don't have time to watch that. Let's get our Feldjägers to protect our artillery. This is really bad. Oh boy, this is bad. They might actually push through our flank. Oh, and I forgot to pull these guys back. Shoot. They're gonna probably win this, but they're gonna get mauled by people on the flanks. It's okay. I can't really pay attention to that. We have to... This is critical over here. Let's actually get our Palatine down here. Double time. Grenadier. So their guys fled. Don't chase, please. Don't chase. Get back. Get back to your line. They're charging again. I have to charge with the other unit. These guys are tired, so we'll change. You guys can go rest and recover. Oh yeah, good thing I pulled them in at the right time. So these guys are fleeing. We need to get... Don't let them off the field, please, because we can still use them. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Recover. They're gonna recover. They got it. Okay, get back. Don't go into melee. Yeah, just get back and chill. Okay, Palatine muskets are... They're here. Rifle Grenadier. Yeah, Württemberg are actually doing okay. Did I forgot to pull my guys back. Oh my god, look at that. They got chewed up badly. Alright, we need to help the front. Cuirassiers need to get up there as well. We're losing our center. We need to probably rotate some people off. Let's get the Grenadiers over there. Alright, those Freikorps are pretty much dead, but so are our Grenadiers. Let's go ahead and take position here. The reinforcements. Good thing I moved the Palatine. That's going to plug that gap. Somebody just died. Oh no, our general. Oh crap. Our general just got shattered. And that's going to shatter a bunch of other units. Yep. As soon as he left the field, that shattered. We're pretty far in the lead here, but we just got dealt a nasty blow. So let's... we need to reform our line. We need somebody to plug this gap. Do I have units there? I do. Shoot. Get back, get back. Both of you guys get back. Alright, they're charging really hard. Let's get some cannon. We need to get some cannon cover. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, we just have to feed people into the meat grinder. I can't really do anything else. Alright, good thing that the cannons blasted those guys. That helps a lot. Price Grenadiers, they're gonna get chewed up. I don't know that we're gonna heal in time for this. Because there's a second battle after this. Alright, everybody back. Feldjägers need to get up front and hold their weight. Actually, you can just duel with these guys. Because they're not wanting to run away. Yep, there goes another retreat, unfortunately. What a fight. Holy crap, man. Alright, let's get these guys back a little bit. They're kind of exposed. We'll plug the gap with these Palatine. We've got one unit in reserve still back here. But it looks like most of their army's routed. So I think the vast majority of the threats are gone. So let's try and rout the rest of these guys shooting at us. I'm gonna try to sneak my cav out if I can. Nope, they're exhausted. Let's not do that. Actually, can we target them with our artillery? Yeah, because these muskets should be able to hold their own against them. So let's get a solid musket line. We can unfurl our ranks again because we don't need to hold that line anymore. Let's start blasting everybody. Okay, cannons. Target the cannons. Oh boy, here comes... Yeah, here they come again. It's alright, we'll target with the artillery. Let's target the units in the front. Alright, let's fall back a little bit. Give us some time to set up and reload. Alright, Feldjäger, let's actually use these guys to snipe their cannons. They're really, really accurate. Perfect. You're in range. These guys are ready. Let's push them up a little bit. We need one more. Yep. They're not going to make it. Hell yeah. Okay, we got it, I think. I think this battle is ours. There's no more cannons to shoot, so let's start targeting these guys from the flank. Yeah, look at that. 1,000 kills with our Feldjägers. That's really good. Oh, those are our units. Oh my god. We're lucky they didn't get destroyed. So, fingers crossed that we didn't lose anybody. We are for sure going to take the casualty replenishment, because that's 15% that we don't have to recover. So, what did we get? We got a Shuvalov, and then some other stuff that we're just not going to be able to use. Alright, open order accuracy. I forgot to put this on our Feldjäger, actually, so that is very good. So this one gives accuracy for anybody in open order, and the Feldjägers always use open order. So that'll be good. Okay, 20% casualties restored. Please don't lose anybody. Oh man, that was close. Yeah, our Grenadiers, our Prince George got really low there, but they hung on. So do I have, actually maybe I do. No, I don't. I have cover bonus and max range. I'd rather have the accuracy. So let's do that. And then we can throw this cover bonus max range on somebody else. Let me go through and see if anybody needs an upgrade. I think everybody's already maxed out, but let me just double check. Yeah, everybody's already hit the max tier. And one general, we still have one that hasn't quite maxed out. This guy's going to max out though. Let's get accuracy. Cover effectiveness would actually not be that bad either, because we are relying on that pretty heavily. But I think I'd rather have something else. Accuracy and range. We'll definitely take keen. Perfect. Now we need to recover as best we can. Let me go through items real quick and make sure that we're already maxed out here and everything. Alright, that's it. I set all the items. There's nothing else we can do. We just gotta chill. So they're getting reinforcements. This is for the second battle. So they're going to come out pretty fast. We need to get away from them as best we can while recovering faster. So we're going to go into that mode. Yeah, we still have room for people, so that's fine. So we just need to do this. Go to the corner of the map. Hopefully we get fully recovered. Looks like we will. And we got more troops. It's funny. All right, so we're pretty much ready. No, we're not quite there. 2 or 3 more ticks. And it's winter time. There we go. And we got another unit. We can't put him anywhere. I'm gonna I'm gonna disband somebody because I'm worried that it's gonna kick one of our units out. I don't know what it actually does. Yeah, maybe not actually. No, I think we're okay. So everybody's maxed out. We're good there. Let's switch it to forage. We're actually running out of money here. Let's go attack them then. Look at that guy fly. Okay, here we go. 23,000 troops. They've got another... Only 3 cannon. No, 4 cannons. There's one up there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very similar battle. Although they do have some more Jaegers. Maybe even more cav this time. Hopefully we get a good defensive spot again. So immediately this field area jumps out to me as tightly packed and defensible. We would be able to take a raised platform here, but I don't think that's worth it. Not considering what's around. So I'd rather take this area back here. So let's start setting up. All right, here we go. Last battle. Oh, come on. My supply wagon didn't go. All right, let's start setting these guys up. Cannons first. Let's get them all the way back. And then I do like how that worked out last time. So we'll go with 2 on the right flank with these Württemberg Grenadiers in reserve. And then as we're moving them, I'm going to make sure I put them on lock to melee so I don't forget. Get these guys back. Supply wagons get back. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of an exposed flank here. I can't really do much about it though. Failed Jaeger, I'm just going to keep them somewhere out in the front. I don't really care. I think should be alright with that. You know, we'll go 2 reserves like last time on the right flank. We need 1 Grenadier. Should get all these guys on lock to melee. 1 Grenadier. We'll get the Prince George in the center. That seemed to work out pretty well when I don't forget about using them. Get these Grenadiers on the flank. Let's make sure our cannons are able to shoot. Alright, that looks good. So we're set up pretty much. I don't know where we'll put the Feldjäger, but I'd like to counter their Jaegers if we can. But maybe that's not even worth it. Okay, here we go. Cannons have opened up already. Can we target their cannons? Yeah, the horse-drawn artillery is a very easy target. Something about their hitbox maybe? But every time I've played it in the past, they just get blasted. Nope, they're actually not. It is killing the cav behind them though, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I'll probably switch targets here. Alright, here we go. Jaegers are exchanging fire with their Jaegers. That's actually perfect because I think ours are better than theirs. They don't have the Jaeger rifles, so that makes a big difference. Yeah, look at that. They just got chewed up. These lifeguards are, for sure, they're going to charge in. But we can counter them with Prince George. Let's wait till the last second to pull them back. And get one more volley off, maybe? Actually, let's switch our targeting. Yeah, they're not actually targeting this. Oh, man. They're getting hit by two line infantry, 1 Feldjäger, and 4 cannons. So that lifeguard just melted. These guys need to be adjusted here. Okay, we're in position. There's not really much else we can do here. Let's just chill, I think. Yeah, those lifeguards are gonna flee. All right, here we go. Let's get ready to counter. As soon as the Chevaux de Frise touch, our Grenadier should be able to get in there. All right, perfect. Yep, they're gone. They're gone. Get back. Get back, get back, get back. And make sure you're still on the fence line. Back up just a touch. These guys did a fantastic job protecting. We're still, look at that, 637 to 102. So very, very good exchange rate there. Let's focus on these lifeguards if we can, because they look like they're going to charge in. And here they come. Let's get back. Let's get our Prince George up there. I want them to touch our line first, though. There we go. That should be perfectly timed. Yep. They're going to get hit by 3 on 1. Okay, they're charging again. Get these guys all the way back. Alright, we don't want our Prince George to go out. Let's not make that same mistake. Same thing with the Cri de Sueur. Get back. Alright, you can help. Alright, we need to pull units to help. Let's get some reserves over here. How are we doing? We're still okay. Let's get these guys on the flank so they can get some extra shots. These grenadiers aren't really doing much. Make sure we're not chasing. Don't chase, don't chase. I really want these guys to get shots. Let's get our Feldjäger over here on the flank. They're just sitting there doing nothing. Nobody's charging. Still just focused here. We need these lifeguards to get out. Yeah, get out of here, dude. Let's push them with the Cuirassier. Perfect. They're broke. All right, Prince George, get back. Cuirassier, get back. Grenadier, get back. How are we doing? Oh, get back, get back, get back, get back. You can charge. Okay, we can pull these guys back to form that line again. I'm going to use the veteran musketeer to replace these because they're chewed up a little bit. Let's get them in the back. Okay, perfect. Grenadiers went out to meet them and they're getting chewed up as well. These guys are starting to go. Let's get... Oh my god, there's so much going on here. What are we doing with our artillery? I don't think it really matters. Let's get those guys out of here. Okay, these grenadiers are going to get pretty badly beat up, I think. Yeah, these Württemberg are not doing well. Well, they're winning. They're winning, but they're getting chewed. Let's get these guys out front. They don't have much to charge with. Get back, Württemberg. Oh, man, these guys are tough. Grenadier guards. Yeah, they're really strong. Okay, Feldjäger need to get up there, and our line held. They need reinforcements, though. Oh, they charged? All right, they're charging. Let's get our Saxon Grenadiers out there, and then these guys need replacement, so I'm going to replace... Holy crap, here they come again. Get back, get back. All right, Cuirassier needs to protect them. Prince George, get up there. Yeah, look at these Feldjägers just need tons of babysitting. That was the right call to not do two of them because there's no way I have the mental capacity to do that. All right, get back behind the lines. Our lines are good. Our line is holding. All right, Saxon Grenadier, get back. All right, I feel really good about this battle. That was so much better than the last one. Or last two or three. All right, Feldjäger can get out there and do some damage now. Yeah, they're down. They're down to the last handful of units. This guy is insane, though. Grenadier guards. I mean, to be fair, our Württemberg Grenadiers are doing better than they are. So good on them. They're insane as well. Let's get these guys to help. And Palatine, yeah, you need to replace... This guy needs to get back before they get zeroed out. What are we shooting at? Can we clear this front line, please? Get that out first. There we go. Don't chase. Don't chase. That unit's shattered. Holy crap, man. What a fight. What a fight that was. Alright, let's, yeah, Freikorps Veteran Jaeger. They're about to flee. Yeah, they have Jaegers. That's going to be tough. But I think our Jaegers can outshoot theirs. Plus, we have a lot of cannon support. Our cav are still in good shape, and they've got full stamina. Let's rush them out. And then we'll just bum rush their artillery. Here we go. Freikorps artillery. There's 3 of them back here. They're all reloading, so they're not going to get there in time. There we go. And there we go. That's it. They're dosed. They're gone. We got it. We got it. So I can say this. They definitely adjusted the difficulty on the campaign. I don't think they adjusted the difficulty necessarily, but they made the AI so much better. So it felt a lot harder because this was not on the hardest difficulty settings. So I can imagine doing that. You'd have to have a really specialized army to be able to handle what they're throwing at us. Hell of a fight, though. Yeah, I know I got frustrated when I almost lost the Cuirassier that one fight, but aside from that, that was a very fun campaign. So it doesn't really matter what we take here, does it? Guess let's get our casualties restored. Yeah, we didn't lose anybody there either, so that's perfect. I don't know, there's supposedly there's endless mode. I haven't tried that yet, so I'm kind of curious if that's what comes next. So let's back this out. Nice, we got win the campaign as the Holy Roman Empire, Voltaire's Nightmare. So we got that achievement as well. Continue. Yep, so we got Voltaire's Nightmare, we got Auxiliary Corps unlocked. So we can go endless mode or end campaign. Yeah, so that's where it goes. So once you get to the end, you can go endless mode. That's kind of cool. I would not do it with this current army. This is not a good army for endless mode. I would want to do more cavalry and, well, you know what? I take that back. Sorry, not more cavalry. I want to do more artillery. But considering how fragile that front line is now that they charge, maybe going 2 brigades of artillery might be too much. So I'm just going to look and see what endless mode looks like. Looks like you get to pick a doctrine again. That's kind of cool. Infantry gain, wow, you can double up on it. We already have that, so that's not going to help. Provisions, combat effectiveness, 5%. So there we go. We have 20% combat effectiveness. Oh, you get another doctrine. These look different, though. Oh, okay. No, this is a negative doctrine. Unit upgrade cost +1. Like, who cares? All our units are already maxed out anyways. And then you get another set. That's kind of cool. Melee damage. Yeah, we're definitely not doing that. Looting, yeah, we probably want to stick to the combat ones if we were to play this out. Infantry move speed would be kind of nice. And what I would probably do is try and get really good units up here to replace the standard units. Like I think these are the specialized units. Usually when they don't have that number near them, that means that those are specific units that they don't have an upgrade tree. So they're significantly better. Don't want dragoons. Grenadiers would be really nice, but yeah, you know, artillery reload speed, that would be pretty good considering we're using artillery. Act 4, Courland. Yeah, I'm not going to play this out because I am, like I said, I would probably set my army up differently if we were to do that, but I do want to just take a look. So it looks like just the standard campaign, but I'm assuming they upped the difficulty on all these. What's the army look like? 20,600, which is less. It's about what we have. So it's actually maybe a little easier than the third act, or maybe they have like all cracked units or something. Yeah, we'll have to play with this again sometime. That was cool. But yeah, we're getting 20% combat effectiveness from everybody, plus the 5% or 6% that we have from the Imperial Patchwork. So that's kind of interesting. So anyways, I hope that was fun for you guys. I definitely enjoyed it. And I'm going to do more of these campaigns. What I'd like to do this year is maybe sprinkle in 1 campaign a month of these, because I do want to get the achievements. Let's take a look at the achievements before I end this out. So, incomplete. These are the ones that I still need to get for the HRE. Obviously, I didn't really play the HRE much because it just came out. I have 2 campaigns I need to do with the French, 2 with the British, only 1 with the Russians, 1 with, what is that, the Prussian? Oh, I'm getting mixed up here. Oh, this is Russia. This is Hungarian. That's got to be the Austrians, right? And then this is the Prussians. Yeah, I did the Prussians already, so they're completed. So I don't have that many actually. So let's just do all incomplete. Unlock all renowned regiments. I'll do that once I finish the HRE, because there's still 1 locked behind the HRE that I haven't done. Only 1 though. So that one will be completed with these other ones. Let's do all incomplete. So how many more do we need? Yeah, that's it. That's not that many. They're ones that you have to run a full campaign on though. So that's what I'm saying. If I do like 1 a month, I think I can knock this out before the end of the year. So yeah, there's 12, but like I said, a couple of them are doubled up. And then this one is doubled up as well. You can get this one. And these 2 are not predicated on a full campaign. So you can get these while getting these other 2. So yeah, we probably get it done by October, November. Somewhere around that range. So that's the plan. I'm going to put that on my planner here. So anyways, let me know in the comments if you have any questions on anything that I was doing here, because I know the whole point of this was to show people how to play the HRE. Hopefully I've demonstrated, at least in the early stages, how you can handle them, because getting your army up to max level or max units very quickly is doable. And I think that's probably what you need to do. Not only to take advantage of this bonus, but also to get free units, essentially, right? It doesn't cost you that much to muster until you get to the late stages where, you know, if you have trying to fill your 5th brigade, then mustering probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But to get the first 3 or 4, I think it probably does. So I'm going to end it there. We'll see you guys in the next campaign. Thank you so much. Take care.